Hey, what's going on, guys? Just a quick video-ish. This is the Evo Industries Complete Clutch Basket. This is a late model dyna, so I'm just gonna run into problems that I had and stuff. So right off the bat, that socket, 1 3/16, reverse thread, T70 in the front, and I've been letting these clutch plates soak for about 2 days now. Well, a day and a half. But yeah, I'm just going to go over some quick things. Once I pulled this whole thing off, I didn't replace the shift shaft seal. I'm not taking the inner primary out, so screw that. When that problem comes, I'll just take everything out and do it. But I didn't want to do that. It's not leaking, so I'm not going to touch it. But taking everything out, putting it back on was no issue. Just make sure I had acetone the T70 in that, the 1 3/16 nut, were covered in Loctite. So I let them sit in acetone, and you can see how much of the used Loctite came out, because that 1 3/16 bolt, like when I even used an impact on it, it wouldn't snug up tight, so this basket would keep moving in and out. So that was my problem. And so I had to just let it sit in acetone overnight, and I used a little wire brush and I scrubbed the threads out and I hand tightened it. And then what I did is I screwed a couple bolts into the hub, and I used that breaker bar over there, and I put the socket on with my torque wrench, and I held the hub so it wouldn't spin. I held it with the bolts, and then I torqued it down with the torque wrench. So I had it like in here, and I was holding it. And it's tight now. Everything's good. And yeah, if you guys aren't like me, I don't really wrench on a lot of shit, so this is new. But I had a few questions. My buddy's a really good mechanic, and so I was concerned that, this whole thing, it only moved a little bit, even in neutral. But he's like, yeah, that's fine, because the T70 is connected to the flywheel, and this nut is connected to the transmission. That's why this spins, obviously, and this doesn't, because it's connected to the flywheel. So that kind of freaked me out. I thought the whole thing was supposed to move with the chain on it. But other than that, I'm good. I now installed everything, and I'm about to put the clutch plates in. It should only be 8, and then I think 9 steels. So I wrote on them with markers, like a permanent marker. Put them back in the order they came out, and then you put that on, screw it in, and then my buddy, he has the same clutch for his late model dyna, and he said, yeah, you shouldn't torque the springs with the bolts in like more than like 10 pounds. So, but there's no torque spec on those, so just be careful. Don't over torque them. But I'm gonna have to readjust the clutch. I'm going to put Elite Mototech, I think a two finger lever on there, and then yeah. So I also have the primary tool. I don't know where I put it, to be honest. I was getting flustered last night, but yeah, I can't. I'll have to find it. But yeah, a lot of dudes, when they were torquing it down, like I had a problem where I would put the primary tool in here and it would get stuck in there, and I'd have to keep releasing this. But I saw in a couple videos of the dude, some guy, it might have been Gilstrap, actually, Gilstrap Garage. He put the primary chain tensioner in there, and then he put the tool in here so it didn't move. But I ended up having to cut down like a block of wood, and I put it from here to here, so it measured it out. And then there was a bunch of wood everywhere. Thankfully that wasn't under there, so the wood got caught in there, and I just ended up cleaning everything out. But yeah, so that's the big thing. And now we're about to reassemble. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up about that, even though I'm learning while I'm doing it. So figured I'd make this because I had questions, and I'm sure you guys do too. So right on.